As the trade war with the U.S. intensifies, we are hearing lots of concerns on this side of the border, including from nonprofits who are growing increasingly weary with the potential for the cost of goods skyrocketing and disruptions to our supply chain. With more on this, we're joined by Ene Underwood, CEO of Habitat for Humanity, GTA. Ene, thank you so much for being with us today. So we know steel is a major part of building homes. Can you talk to us about the impact of these tariffs on your operations?
Yes, well, multiple impacts for us. And I think, as you're hearing the theme from everyone, that the tariffs bring distraction and uncertainty, and that doesn't go well for any sector of our society, including us. So we're first and foremost a nonprofit real estate developer. So in the same way as for-profit developers are concerned, this hits us even harder in terms of, so many of our materials they may be sourced from here, but with products that have moved across, back and forth across the border. So you asked about steel and aluminum, and that would be a good example. All of our hardware in our homes, our screws, our fasteners, appliances, I-beams, those are things that often will have, some of the products will come back and forth across the border. And so trying to second guess what that will translate into in terms of future costs is quite difficult. The same drywall and insulation. Those have components that sometimes are sourced in the U.S. and come back and forth, and you can't exclusively solve that problem by saying we're going to source all of the material locally and in Canada.
When it comes to building homes, for instance, which your organization does, is there potential for this to impact, the quantity of homes, the number of homes that you can provide to your clients?
Yes, absolutely. And in many and I think it's important to recognize when there's an economic disruption like the one we're experiencing now, it's disproportionately going to impact the low and modest income households who we're already reeling with affordability in general and housing affordability in particular. So anytime the costs go up to deliver, it causes organizations like ours not to be able to deliver as much. And with us, there's the added piece. It's not just about the cost to deliver the homes. It's also because we look to governments to support our builds, both through reducing the fees and charges we have to pay, giving us access to lower cost financing, in some cases grants. And with government attention so diverted and distracted onto how do we deal with tariffs, that becomes another challenge. And then the other source of funding, as your viewers and listeners would know for Habitat, is like all charities, we're very reliant on the generosity of corporate, of businesses, and of individuals. And so with them dealing with their own uncertainty, we don't know yet, but this could translate into a reduced amount of philanthropic support, both in terms of we call it build, gift in kind for the homes we build, as well as the actual cash for the homes we build. The same is true, I would add, many people have had the wonderful experience of coming in and being part of building a Habitat homes with their corporate groups. And so the hesitation on the corporate side to say we're not sure if we can come and do that, because in our case we do charge for those builds, and that's also a really important way that we are generating the funds that we need to build as many homes as we can for an ever increasing need.
So how can you make up for those donations? And I should ask, have you seen a drop in donations?
We have not yet seen a drop in donations. We have had some corporates say to us that they are not sure if they're going to be able to come through for us this year. So we haven't seen a drop, but we are concerned about that. Mm-hmm. So how do we make it up is, I think, first and foremost, by me saying to everyone watching this right now, more than ever, this is a time to be generous if you can, both on the corporate side and individually. Another way we make it up is we will continue to urge governments to the extent that there are counter tariffs, that is going to create a new revenue stream for our governments, not one we wanted. We don't want this tariff war in the first place, but we will challenge governments to be as intentional as they can about redirecting any of those revenues into these very needs, like the housing need that, as I said, is going to escalate because of this tariff war and uncertainty.
Okay, that is Ene Underwood, CEO of Habitat for Humanity GTA. Ene, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us.
Thank you.